The Health and Wellness Hub here at Fieldays is always worth a visit, and this year it's bigger than ever. 3 times as much space dedicated to our bodies and our brains. So let's go check it out. Hey Steph, how you going?
How are you?
Yeah, good. Tell me about what I can see here behind me. You've got a massive inflatable brain.
Yeah. So this was a donation to the University of Otago Brain Health Research Centre, probably about 12 years ago now, anonymous donation. We use it for a lot of outreach activities. We take it out to Brain Days, which are held in March each year. And we also take it to schools.
And it's here at Fieldays. So what's the purpose of bringing it here to educate people about the brain?
Well, most people know now about heart health, but we don't focus so much on brain health. And it's really important. A lot of the things that we do for our heart are also important for the brain health as well. So it's a really good tool for educating the older public as well as kids.
And you can maybe educate me a little bit about the brain today as well. Should we go check it out? Well, here we are inside the brain. Tell me a bit about what we can see here, because I can't say I'd be able to tell you what's going on.
Yeah, so this is what the inside of the brain would, I guess, kind of look like if you were a little robot travelling through. Miniaturise yourself. So this region here, this big white blob, has all the connections between the left-hand side and the right-hand side of the brain, so they can talk to one another.
And there's some information about sleep. Is this what the connection
so this is
it
what
has?
I was saying before, that a lot of the things that are good for your heart health and your general health are also really important for your brain health. So getting a good night's sleep, critical.
And I'm guessing this is not a good thing.
Yeah, no, this is a tumour. So if you had something like this in your brain, you'd certainly know about it. You would start showing symptoms. Depending on where it was in your brain, you might lose your ability to think rationally, to walk, potentially to talk. If you have something like this, if you have any of those sort of symptoms, really critical that you see your GP as fast as possible. There's many different things that can go wrong in the brain, and a tumour is one of those things that you really need to take care of.
And I see a few more little posters of info around what are the key messages that you're projecting.
So it's really important not to isolate yourself, to interact socially. This can improve your brain health, so that's one of our key messages. Eating well. Okay, so healthy diet is going to be important for your whole body, but also your brain. Being active, so getting lots of exercise, running around field days would be a pretty good start.
Yep, definitely.
And looking after your mental health. So this just encompasses everything from eating well, again, to sleeping, and everything else we've talked about in here.
Yeah, and so what I guess is the key message and takeaway that you want people to leave with after they visited?
Yeah, just thinking about what they can do for their brain as well as what they can do for their heart and general health.
And just raising that awareness and stuff, right? Hey, awesome.
And we'd love to take this brain elsewhere around the country, so it's a good advertisement for us.
Yeah, no, it's been very cool. Thank you very much for educating me a bit on my brain. And all the best, and hopefully people come down and check it out and take some things away from it.
Hey, thanks.
There's still so much that we don't know about the brain, and it's the focus of a whole bunch of ongoing research. At the forefront of that is the Neurological Foundation of New Zealand, who right here at Fieldays have 8 incredible images on display. Rich is here to tell me a bit more about them. How are you going, Rich?
I'm good, thanks, Kiara. Nice to see you.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me here. Tell me about these images and this exhibition that we see behind you.
Cool, so this is our Flashes of Brilliance exhibit, and it's really the pictures from neuroscientists inside our brain, so neurons and the cells, and just trying to share the beauty of what's going on inside our most important part of our body. So some of these are the different images that they've taken from brain tissue. So they've taken slices of the brain tissue, they've taken them into the laboratory, they've put them through microscopes, and they're looking really closely at what's going on inside our brain, and in particular what's happening when they've got neurological conditions and how's that impacting the way that the brain works.
Wow, and who knew our brains were so beautiful when they were photographed?
They look like interstellar pictures sometimes
galaxies and things like that.
It's just fascinating,
Yeah, and so what's the response been like, people coming through here looking at it?
Yeah, we've found people have really enjoyed just that, kind of looking at something quite different and then realising actually it's a part of all of us, and something that really quite inspiring, and thinking a little bit more about what is your brain, how important it is, and those sorts of things.
And what's the aim of this exhibition? Is it just the education side of it?
Yeah,
or?
so at the Neurological Foundation we kind of have a couple of purposes, so funding research into neuro disease and looking for pathways for hope in the future that perhaps we can find cures or improve quality of life. And the other part is education and awareness about the brain and about the importance of research as well. And so this is really a lovely way, kind of beautiful pictures that engage and get people talking a little bit about different kinds of diseases, because it can be really quite debilitating as well.
So it's quite cool actually seeing you're almost marrying the two. You've kind of got an art exhibition with that research and education, right?
Absolutely, and real opportunity to take the beauty of what's inside our heads out into the public and getting people to be more comfortable about talking about neuro conditions. They impact 1 in 5 Kiwis. Really wanting to make people feel comfortable that it's okay to talk and that it's okay to understand that things are a little bit different sometimes, and that's so fine.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for showing me. Flashes of Brilliance is the exhibition here at Fieldays. Make sure you come and check it out for yourself. Thanks, Rich.
Thank you.